Hi, this is Danny Velez here from Southeast Toyota with the all-new Prius C, the newest member to the Prius family. Now, the Prius C was unveiled here in the United States March 12th of this year, 2012. And in only 3 days, Toyota sold more Prius C than the Chevy Volt and the Nissan Leaf combined in the month of February. So you can really see we have a hot product here. You want to find out what's making this car one of the best cars on the market? Well, let's take a look here in this video walk-around of the new Prius C. So let's take a look under the hood of the Prius C to see what separates it from its competitors. And most importantly, the hybrid synergy drive system. Now, this system pairs a 1.5-liter four-cylinder motor with an electrically powered motor. And let's talk about the gas motor first. This motor is a 1.5-liter, four-cylinder, dual overhead cam with VVTI, or variable valve timing with intelligence. So this is just like a motor that you would find in any one of our other vehicles. But it's this electric motor here that does a lot of the heavy lifting. Now, these two motors combined produce 99 net horsepower and 82 foot-pounds of torque. But the electric motor, which is mainly going to operate in the city, is what gets us our outstanding fuel efficiency. 53 miles to the gallon in the city, 46 miles to the gallon on the highway, 50 mpg combined. So when you think about a vehicle that has a base price of under $19,000 that gets 50 miles to the gallon, you can really see the value that we're bringing to our customer here. Now, 53 miles in the city is the best of any vehicle currently in production that doesn't require a plug. So the Prius C truly stands alone in terms of that outstanding fuel economy. Now, what also helps us get that better MPG is our electronically controlled CVT transmission. These transmissions are smaller and lighter in weight than automatic transmissions, so that definitely helps us get that great gas mileage, but they also have some other key benefits as well. Because they're not changing through gears like a normal automatic transmission would, we don't feel that shift shock that you normally associate with an automatic. We also get improved driver comfort because of that, but really moreover, the CVT provides us with outstanding fuel efficiency because it's always operating in its optimum range. And remember, we use a CVT not only in the Prius family, but also our other hybrids and even in the Scion IQ as well. Now, this system is completely beltless. That gives us less drag on the motor, but it also provides our customer with improved maintenance cost. We also have an electronically controlled power steering system. It's speed sensing, so it gives you just the right amount of assist, but since it's not hydraulic, it has fewer moving parts and it improves your driving dynamics. Lastly, we have an electronically controlled air conditioning system, and this, like the other systems, is beltless. No drag on the motor. That gives us that great MPG without sacrificing your comfort in the interior with the air conditioning operating. Now, we've talked about the hybrid synergy drive and many of the major components under the hood here of the Prius C. Let's talk about safety, and first and foremost, we have to talk about the Star safety system. Remember, Toyota is the first full-line manufacturer to include those 6 accident avoidance technologies in every single one of their vehicles. The Star safety system has ABS brakes, traction control, vehicle stability control, electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, and our version of a brake override system, Smart Stop technology. And remember, these 6 components are standard on every single vehicle that we sell. So it's important to know how those features work and how to explain them to your customer. Now, the Prius C has crumple zones just like every other car out there in the market does, but it's our use of tailored blanks that separates us from the competition. Tailored blanks refers to the different levels of steel that we use during the manufacturing process. And let's be honest, it's expensive. That's why some of our competitors choose not to use it. The way they work is that they help deflect the negative energy from a frontal impact so that the occupants inside have increased protection. We have hood hooks that prevent the hood from entering the cabin during a frontal collision, and that's something that you'll also commonly find on our vehicles as well. So we've talked about safety, we've talked about the hybrid synergy drive system. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the vehicle and some of its other key selling features. Now, let's start with style. And you can see the car looks good, but style isn't just about good looks, it's also about performance as well. The Prius C boasts a 0.28 coefficient of drag, which is only 0.1 of a point higher than the Prius liftback. Speaking of the Prius liftback, this Prius C is about 500 pounds less in weight than the Prius liftback. Less weight, better fuel economy. Now, when we also look at style, we can mention these available alloy wheels to our customer. This is the Prius 4. Remember, the Prius C comes in 4 available trims, the number 1 being the base, the 4 being the top of the line. These 16-inch alloys are available on the Prius 4 model. The 1, 2, and 3 come with a steel wheel with a hubcap, and then on the number 3, you have an available 15-inch alloy. Now, also paired with those alloy wheels or the steel wheels is a low resistance tire. That gives us improved fuel economy. That's something that we use on a wide variety of our vehicles, mainly on our hybrids. When talking about styling, we can also look at these vortex generators or aero-stabilizing fins. And remember, just like on the reinvented Camry, these help us with fuel efficiency, but they also help us with vehicle stability at high speeds. We have breakaway mirrors here, so not only are they good looking with the integrated turn signals, but also functional and safe as well. Now, the Prius C measures 153.5 inches in length, which is the same as the Yaris, but really that's where the similarities end between these two vehicles. Let's look at some other features on the inside of this car as well. Now, Toyota's done a really nice job with the styling of the Prius C's interior, but with style also comes comfort and convenience, and we've excelled in that category as well. Let's take a look at the steering wheel, and we have steering wheel mounted audio control standard on this vehicle. On the 3 and the 4, we get touch tracer display, which you're probably familiar with on our different Prius models. Now, we also have Bluetooth audio and phone, and on the 3 and the 4, we get voice controls for that system as well. Talking about steering for a second, the Prius C's turning circle is only 31.4 feet, which gives us exceptional maneuverability in a car this size. Prius C features standard power windows, as well as door locks, and with those door locks comes standard keyless entry as well, with an available smart key system. Now, my driver's seat here is a 4-way manually adjustable seat, but as you can see here, also comes available with a 6-way adjustable seat with height adjustments here on the side. Now, before I sit down, I have to get in the car, and Prius C's easy ingress and egress with its low step height increases my comfort and convenience as well. When we're also in the interior, we can speak not only about comfort and convenience, but safety as well. The Prius C boasts 9 standard airbags, the highlights of which include the driver's knee airbag and driver and front passenger side seat mounted airbags. Speaking of the seats, these are WIL seats, or whiplash injury lessening seats. Now, some other safety features include a tire pressure monitoring system, hill assist control, and also a new vehicle proximity notification system. This system works exclusively when the vehicle is in electric mode and works at speeds less than 15 miles an hour. This notifies anybody who's around the vehicle outside that you're coming, because the Prius C is so quiet when it's operating in EV. Let's look at some additional features on the interior of the Prius C that we can discuss with our customer. The Prius C's interior comes loaded with advanced technology, and one of the things that stands out is the new multi-information display. Now, this display displays a multitude of information for our customer that's not only useful in learning about how the hybrid system works, but also help develop good driving habits as well, so that you can really get the most out of your potential fuel efficiency. Let's first look at the drive information screen. This displays the odometer, average speed, driving time, percentage of distance driven in EV mode, cruising range, and outside temperature. EcoScore displays an overall score for the most recent trip based on a total score, which is the overall evaluation of start, cruise, and stop categories out of 100. A new score is calculated for each trip. The Eco Savings record displays the fuel cost data, or the cost savings over a comparison vehicle for the current, past 3 months, and the year-ago month. The Energy Monitor displays the operation of the hybrid system in real time, showing the customer whether the gas motor, the electric motor, or the regenerative brakes are being used while they're driving. Also with technology, we'll mention the available smart key system. Standard on Prius C3 and 4 offers the convenience of front door and liftgate keyless entry system, along with push-button start and remote illuminated entry. This here is the Entune audio system, which of course features navigation, but also a suite of 5 applications and 5 key information services: Bing, Pandora, OpenTable, MovieTickets.com, and iHeartRadio. Now, OpenTable, MovieTickets.com, and iHeartRadio will be available in spring of 2012. But as you can see here, Bing and Pandora are ready to go right now. Let's take a look at Bing. Bing is a popular search engine similar to Google, and what Bing allows you to do in your vehicle is search popular points of interest based on either preloaded categories or whatever search term you choose. We'll go ahead and put in Toyota and see what comes up. Now remember, Bing is connecting to the internet through your smartphone. All of the information that Bing has available is through the internet with your smartphone. So these results are as current as possible. Once I make my selection, it'll give me not only the address and details, but also the phone number, and of course it will give you directions to my destination as well. Now, we also have automatic temperature control, which comes standard on every single Prius C. Prius C's advanced electric air conditioning system is designed for highly efficient operation. As you can see here, the Prius C comes standard with automatic temperature controls, allowing you to adjust the temperature to your liking, and the AC will adjust itself accordingly. You can also adjust the temperature directly from the steering wheel with your standard steering wheel mounted controls. Now remember, the Prius C is driven by an electronic, continuously variable transmission. But what might surprise you is the use of this traditional gated shifter. And Toyota chose to use this for a couple reasons. One, to give the car a unique and sporty look, but also to make sure that new owners are familiar and comfortable with the interior of this vehicle, as opposed to giving them advanced technologies that we would find on the Prius liftback and on the Prius V. Now, also keeping in mind the way this vehicle drives are, of course, the selectable drive modes. And in the Prius C, we have 3 selectable modes for the user. EV mode for electric power only driving under certain conditions at low speeds and short distances. Eco mode, this modifies the throttle and climate control performance to help enhance in fuel economy. And normal for everyday traffic and driving conditions. Now you may notice there is no power mode in this Prius like there is in the Prius liftback and in the Prius V. That doesn't mean it isn't available. In fact, power mode in the Prius C is the default drive mode. Therefore, the normal operating mode is in fact power mode on the Prius C. Let's go on and look at some of the other features as well in this vehicle. Before we move to the rear of the Prius C, it's important to note the location of both the hybrid battery and the auxiliary battery to your customer during the delivery stage. Now, the nickel metal hydride battery, that's the battery that powers the electric motor, takes up the leftmost portion of the rear seat here. The auxiliary battery, the battery that starts the car, takes up the rightmost portion of this rear seat. It's also important to note the vents that allow for the proper cooling and ventilation of that nickel metal hydride battery. If those vents were to be obstructed by any type of cargo, it could potentially allow the battery to overheat, thus reducing its performance. So please make sure to point that out during your delivery. You'll find those vents located on the lower part of the left-hand side of the rear seats there. Let's take a look at some additional selling features you can point out to your customer towards the rear of the vehicle. And we'll start here again with the aero-stabilizing VINs that we mentioned earlier. Those vortex generators, remember, allow for improved fuel efficiency, but also vehicle stability at high speeds on the highway. Our European-style Altezza rear tail lamps feature an LED center reverse light. Those respond quicker and also last longer than halogen bulbs, so that gives us an increased safety benefit as well. Now, compact cars don't have to be cramped, and that's what the Prius C does very, very well here. This is in fact a 5-passenger vehicle, but getting some extra cargo space out of this car is pretty simple. We have a 60/40 split back seat, which comes standard on Prius C2 and up. And with those seats folded down, we get 17.1 cubic feet of space, which rivals most mid-sized sedans out there in the segment. Now, I've removed the privacy cover that comes standard on the Prius C2 through 4 to show you the most available cargo space in the rear of the Prius C. Also located in the rear is the spare tire. It's a space saver, so it's the same diameter as the tires that come standard on the Prius C. However, it's not a full-size spare, so it's not an alloy wheel. Keep in mind though, Toyota Care comes standard on every single vehicle that we sell. Remember, that's 2 years or 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance, so please be sure to let your customer know about this great service that we provide to them. Well, that concludes our video walk-around presentation of the all-new 2012 Prius C. And I hope you're as excited as we are about the opportunity that this vehicle brings us. You know, with Toyota having the largest offering of hybrids currently available with its Prius family, we're really well positioned for success. So I thank you for your time, and on behalf of everybody here at Southeast Toyota, I'm Danny Velez. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day. Thanks so much.